This question has a very specific request of us, so make sure you're paying attention to it, and there's a really strong word that stands out. According to the text, what was surprising about the researchers' mapping of the magnetic field of galactic bone G47? Okay, so I have no idea what any of the actual rest of the question means, but I know what the word surprising means. And notice, this is getting to something we're supposed to do in all sorts of places in the reading section. We focus less on the science-y nouns that the passage is about and more about the generic kind of adjectives that they use, right? I don't care what a galactic bone G47 is. The passage is going to be about that. It's going to explain that, right? The right answer choice isn't going to focus on that. What I want to know is, when is something surprising? Being surprising has nothing to do with galactic bone G47. So that's what we're trying to do, is focus on the stuff that we understand. We're not going to know what galactic bone G47 is. We have no prior knowledge of that, I would assume. So we do know what it means to be surprised. I doubt they're going to use the word surprise in the passage, but I'm still listening for another strong word that kind of still gets that point across. Let's see what they say. Using the Stratospheric Observatory for Infrared Astronomy, SOFIA, a team of astronomers mapped out the magnetic field of G47, one of the Milky Way's galactic bones, dense clouds of gas and dust that run through the middle of the arm of a spiral galaxy. They did use it. Surprisingly, the map revealed a magnetic field with no clear pattern or direction. No pattern or direction. The researchers had expected the magnetic field to be similar to the more uniform field seen in galactic bones and other arms of the Milky Way. So they did use the word surprisingly, which is surprising to me, but they also use a more familiar kind of tactic of rephrasing things, right? So expected, whether they expected it or it's unexpected, that's code for whether it's surprising or not. So we're thinking about that too. So they expected it to be similar. It wasn't. So what was surprising? It's not similar to other bones, whatever that means. A, it showed a weaker magnetic field than expected. The researchers expected it. Well, it says no clear pattern or direction. Does that mean it's weaker? I don't think so. Let's move on. B, it implied that previous mappings of the magnetic field were inaccurate. No, it's not criticizing the other data. C, it produced magnetic field measurements similar to those for other galactic bones. No, it did not. That's the opposite, right? It's not similar. So nope. D, it revealed a magnetic field that wasn't uniform. Okay, right? So they expected it to be similar to more uniform fields. So if it's not similar, it's not uniform, right? That's exactly what this says. That's the answer. So notice A is kind of tempting. I think this is a little bit of a trap. I don't know why you would pick it other than, I don't know, it's just kind of like a reasonable answer. Like, I don't know anything about galactic bones, but if you ask me to like make something up, the strength or weakness of a magnetic field might be a thing that I would make up. So it just feels reasonable, but we always want to back things up with evidence. So they said it has no clear pattern or direction. That's not the same as saying it's weak or strong, right? Those are different things. It could be that if it has no clear pattern, it's because it's a weaker field. But they didn't say that. Whereas they did say that the regular ones are uniform and this one is not. This one is different. It has no clear pattern or direction. So if you're between two choices, always go with the one that you can just point to something in the passage and say, this is what it says, right? I don't want to have to do any thinking myself. I want the passage to do the thinking for me.